And I also would like you to consider that is it an accident that a community which is in minority in the rest of India, the only province in which that community is in majority is under siege. So that is an issue. And there have been, I mean, there's a very long history of India and Pakistan meeting, trying to work through the problem through negotiations. Recently we have had these lists of confidence building measures, buses going across, some trade happening across the line of control. All very well. But I go back to the main point. There should be a concomitant decrease in abuse of the Kashmiri. And that is what is not happening. So CBMs are all very well, very fine. You, as you know, is agreed, we try to sort of loosen the border, loosen the restrictions. Some people said, you know, one day the line of control might disappear altogether. But all those things will have a real meaning when the suffering of Kashmiri people decreases. And that is not yet happening. And what we are now seeing is after generations now, in 60 years, now we have reached a new generation that has since 2008 come out on the streets, doesn't have any weapons, cannot be accused, all the people like to accuse it, of being supported by Pakistan. These young people who have essentially sort of, I would say again say, might have given up on both India and Pakistan and said, you know, what is happening? We want our rights. We want to be recognized as human beings. And this desire to be recognized as human beings with human and civil rights, this desire to go out on the street and then to be able to go back to your mother's house, I think that is the desire that we should nurture, protect, support. And the reason we are here in the UK is that we feel in the Kashmir Committee, and again I'd like to emphasize that it's strictly non-partisan, and we work beyond our party's individual manifestos, is that the Kashmir Committee feels that one of the ways in which we can help solve this problem, this suffering, is for Pakistanis and Kashmiris who live in Western Europe, in the UK, is to urge them to be more politically active and to start working for Kashmir wherever they live in this region, and try to work through their elected representatives so that the voice of those poor mothers, those poor suffering mothers, is heard in their parliaments. And once I think the voices of the mothers will be heard regularly, then I think we might be able to come closer to relieve the sufferings of those abused people. Thank you very much.
From the streets, sir, thank you very much. Can I now invite the third member of delegation, Amar Mansi sir, MNA, to say a few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here in the United Kingdom to give a brief statement on Kashmir. As my colleague and Mr. Chairperson has already mentioned what's been happening in Kashmir, and we have no ambiguity as far as the committee is concerned. There are more than 17 members in it, and we all have the same direction as far as the people of Kashmir are concerned. We feel that, like my colleague over here, Mr. Kuranga Sikhi, has emphasized, and I would not like to repeat it again and again, that what has taken place in Kashmir over the last 60 years has been directed towards Pakistan, that it is Pakistan which is basically trying to bring this situation in front of the world, that the Kashmir issue has been an issue for Pakistan alone. But as you know, that things have changed. The people of Kashmir have risen now, and they would like to have their own rights. They would like to emphasize themselves that what have we done wrong, what we as human beings are being labeled as just Kashmiris, but our rights by living in India or the disputed territory, as we say, we do not get that. So I feel that the time has come now that the people living in this globe, whereas suffering that we see in Kashmir as we compare it to different places where these kind of problems come up, there is no global unity to make this suffering be alleviated or should be finished to a point where they should come out of it. Our committee basically has been going to most of the countries, and we do emphasize on these things that the people of Kashmir have yet to be recognized by what they're suffering. There's so many reports that we have which have been published through Amnesty International, human rights violations, gross publication has taken place. But we feel that it has not come to the light as it should come. So, I mean, I come from a province, or a smaller province like we say, but for Kashmir, when we come up to Kashmir issue in Pakistan, it is a very important issue for all of us. A lot of committees have been made, European Parliamentary delegation has gone, they have seen, they have given reports, but we feel that the voice has to be unanimous to bring this in front, that the injustices which are taking place should be emphasized to the point where it should be highlighted at a very higher forum, and it should be accepted to the fact that what is happening is something which is inborn in Kashmir, and the people of Kashmir should be recognized. So this is what we stand for, and we would like to emphasize this again and again. There are so many things that we can say, but I'm sure because constraint of time and there must be question and answer, people would like to speak more. I thank you all for giving us this patient hearing and what you said. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Amar Muxi Sahab. Can I now, I've got at least two representatives and I don't want to say too much on Member of Parliament why they are not here, but I've got two representatives who have sent.
Let me say something. I'm really surprised and shocked that those members of Parliament got elected because the Kashmiri votes are not here. This is really a matter of regret. You must convey that.
We will definitely, and I know that I just want to say that there are two representatives. One has specially traveled from Birmingham, and other is sitting at the back. He doesn't want to speak, but I know Anas Sarwar has just gone this morning back to Glasgow because he was invited there to a meeting this afternoon. And today in the Parliament, I think the Parliament, and you know, there is one line whip. And when there is one line whip, every MP wants to leave as soon as Julian Hilling came here actually, 3 o'clock. She went to the other room as well and met few of you. She might have said hello. And she was with her bag to go to the train, and she said if she stayed, she will be late. So I think there are some MPs, and there are many MPs. I think in this Parliament, there is a Kashmir meeting every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And many of these people come to those meetings. There are hundreds of MPs who are aware of Kashmir issue. And I totally agree with His Excellency that they are being elected by the Kashmiri people in their constituency. And there are many Pakistani, Kashmiri, British sitting here who will go back taking this message to their constituents. And I'm pretty sure they will take it. Yasir Abbas is sitting there who represent Anas Sarwar, and he's come specially to apologize. And can I invite Alana Cohen, who has traveled from Birmingham, and she is representing Khalid Mahmood, MP from Berry Park. In that constituency, actually, Minister of Education is visiting this afternoon at 1 o'clock. So he couldn't be here. So that's why she has specially traveled from Birmingham. Alana.
You want to speak?
Yeah, wherever you want.
Okay. Guests here this afternoon, I want to welcome you to the House of Commons on Khalid's behalf. I was going to talk generally about Kashmir very briefly, with what Khalid has told me to say, but I feel that I must address the High Commissioner's very regretful remarks about the representatives in the constituency. Khalid has the largest majority in the West Midlands as a Member of Parliament, and as the first Kashmiri MP in the United Kingdom, that has to be applauded. And today he has the Shadow Education Minister visiting the constituency because he represents all the constituency, and he is visiting the universities to talk to the students who feel very aggrieved at their situation at the moment. It was called last minute because of the events unfolding over the last week. And because he is there, that does not mean, in any sense of the word, that he does not respect and want to help the Kashmir issue. And he does turn up at every event. You also know he's quite poorly and has been on dialysis, and therefore it's not easy for him to get to every event. He has sent me from Birmingham, especially to talk to you and to send his apologies, and to let everybody in the room know, High Commissioner, that his thoughts are with you today, and he is available to speak to you at other events. On the Kashmir issue, it is right that people come here to the House of Commons to keep on raising this very important issue. And he wants to thank Captain Shari, a dear and old friend of ours, for continually providing the backdrop and the sounding board for visitors from Pakistan and Kashmir to voice their opinions. Without the support of MPs and peers, meetings like this would not take place. And as a regular visitor to Pakistan, I can tell you that most of the meetings that take place on this issue are not held in the Senate. They are held in the Serena Hotel, the PC, or various other hotels around the country. They are not as accommodating. So I want to applaud the members and peers who do offer the hospitality and the backdrop of the House of Commons to air these very, very important issues. And Kashmir is one of the most important issues that we're facing in the future. And Khalid is behind Kashmir as a Kashmiri and will be visiting as soon as he is able to fly. He's sending me in December out to Kashmir and to the flood areas to see what we can do to help. He's given his own support to the flood damage. And there is so much going on in the world at the moment in terms of terrorism, in terms of democracy, that, as I say, it is very important for you to come here today and talk about these issues. And I welcome the guests from Pakistan, in particular Rehman Saab, and also the other guests. And High Commissioner, I hope you don't feel too badly about today. And as I say, if Khalid were able to be here, he would be here. It is a one-line whip, and his students are also very important to him. So with that, I wish you all well, and good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Can I invite first Dr. Mahmood Riaz to say a few words? I think he represents Kashmiri, overseas Kashmiris in the Parliament in Kashmir, and then I'll come to you. Dr. Mahmood Riaz, who is the Minister for Information in Kashmir.
His Excellency Maulana Fazal, Chairman Kashmir Committee, Your Excellency Pakistan High Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Maulana Saab in Great Britain and especially in House of Parliament. I wish we could all see some more Member of Parliament, but Mr. Shari Saab earlier on said that some of the Member of Parliament, because the earliest session finished in United Kingdom Parliament, so they left this time. We all hope, and Maulana Saab most recently visited to Azad Kashmiris as well, and various countries, OIC, Brussels, and earlier on in United Kingdom, and now again in United Kingdom. All things are focused on this purpose, that the most recent visit President Obama to India, and earlier on David Cameron visit to India is as well. The Kashmiris, especially living in United Kingdom, are feeling that the South Asia is at the moment in the situations that only one country is projecting, India is projected by the West, because Pakistan, one thing is that Pakistan fighting against the terrorism for the sake of all the countries internationally. So the Pakistan's contributions regarding the terrorism and Pakistan facing inside the Pakistan at presently should be acknowledged everywhere. And also these members of parliamentarians and all others members committees